So basically, I'll be teaching you tonight on how to actually write a simple yet comprehensive training program so that everyone will be able to still work out and stay healthy. Everyone's with me. If you have questions, please ask me. Send me a message in chat or whatnot. Okay? Because I will start in a bit. There you go. Other than that, because of it's COVID-19, we're all in quarantine. I do online coaching. I currently opened an online coaching brand. I call it the Goy Strength, and this one is one of my athletes' training program. So I do online coaching and I coach them remotely while I'm at my house. But I usually call them and they update me with everything that's happening around them and with the training. So if you're interested, you can DM me later on if you want to learn more about our services. There you go. So the discussion of our flow for this evening, we'll just answer the question, why do we need to exercise, all right? Number two, we'll try to separate the word physical activity and we'll try to delve down on the word exercise. And then after that, we'll get to learn the training principles. And these training principles are the things that will allow us to write a very comprehensive yet simple training program in our own houses. I hope that everyone in their own houses has their own equipments, not basically dumbbells or barbells, but equipments. When I say equipments, it's basically big books or small books, pwede, towels, chairs. So those kind of things can be really helpful for your training. And then afterwards, we'll write an exercise program. All right. That's why I ask you to, what do you call this one? I ask you to get a pen and paper so that I'll teach you how, and then you'll be the one to write it down for yourself. So basically tonight, at the end of this lecture, the goal is to write your own training program for yourself. Questions, guys? If you have questions, kindly send your questions in the chat box or unmute your mics. And then hopefully, if it's possible, we can work out. Okay? Mag-work out tatanan. Hopefully. Possible ba, Sir Jet? Oh, hi, Justin. Justin's here.
Hi, yeah. If you want to, I'm sure a lot of people here would be willing. So if you want to also work out, pwede ra kayo.
Sige.
For people who have questions, there we can have an open forum after the presentation. So
yes,
any questions can be raised there also.
All right. Thank you, Sir Jet. Okay,
all
let's
right.
start. Supposedly, I would want to do an activity, but let's skip that part. And then let's just go here. So after the quarantine, the goal, you just have to pick which one you want to be, right? Which store you want to be. Is it the after quarantine or the before quarantine Thor? And I know that we don't want to be like the Thor after quarantine, no? Because it would be really hard to go back in track and we receive all this sickness and diseases afterwards because we haven't taken good care of ourselves. So hopefully, dili mo ganahan mo yung after quarantine Thor. Gusto mo si Thor nga nahuglawas. Hindi mo siya dako, but what do you call this one? Fit, rather. Well, then it's fine. If you're before and after, it's the same. If you're the before quarantine Thor and then after you're still the before quarantine Thor, then that's good. Pero if you're the after quarantine Thor before the quarantine started, well, then you have to improve yourself. Okay, let's start. So I just want to highlight this one. So what happens when we don't exercise, all right? If you have been working out for the past couple of months, years, or if you're the person that have not worked out, actually, it's just, you just have to listen, all right? If you were working out and you stopped working out on your first week of your being lazy or not being able to work out, or 5% of your what you call a VO2 max, or the oxygen intake that you're able to put inside your body, you lose 5% of those. So for example, you run for 5,000 kilometers, 5K, All right. Instead of finishing it in 20 minutes, you'll be finishing it in 25 minutes. So you'll be slower. On your week 2 to 3, you lose 12% of your hangin. That's what you call it, your endurance. All right. So instead of running it for 25 minutes, your 5 kilometer would turn out 35 minutes. And then at the same time, your muscle strength and your muscle tissues or your muscle mass, you lose all of them. So niwang ka, mo gamay ka, gamay. And then last, if you keep on doing it, if you for the couple of months, you won't be working out, you won't exercise at all, all right? More or less, you'll get sick, even though that you eat healthy. We always have to remind ourselves that it's not anymore 70-30, 70% food, 30% workout. You don't want to give an entity half of what you can do. So I believe that we have to give 100% on our workout and also 100% on your eating. You give less than of each of both, kaluoy ka. So if you won't be working out for the next couple of months, more or less you'll develop high level of fat deposits, manambo ka. One indicator of this, if you touch your side handles, diba? We're all guilty of that, especially in the male. The male will actually have a high level of fat on the side, at the side of their bellies, and the female would normally at their tricep side, dire sa arms. And then hopefully not, we'll develop high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, and before we know it, we're already obese. If you just lie down, you lose your fitness faster than you think. I know everyone have already heard this, or maybe you've already said this one, ugma na lang work out, or ugma na lang mag, mukaon og healthy. And then we all know that tomorrow never comes. So after this session, hopefully that everyone will actually give it a try, one day at a time, to exercise. All right? So why do we need to exercise? First and foremost, because we got work to do. If you don't take good care of ourselves by working out, chances are we will be having a hard time doing the things that we need to do. We won't be able to live freely and live smoothly. I'll just run this down, all right? And I know that everyone knows this already. Why do we need to exercise? Because it boosts our mental function, all right? It improves our mood. That's why an article came out that the next wave in the COVID-19 would be depression, because we're all in isolation. So the article said that one thing that you can solve that one is to actually work out and eat healthy. Next, we develop muscular strength, flexibility, and most important is our body composition. So coach, what's a body composition? Our body composition would just tell you muscle mass. That's your body. That's one of your body compositions. Your fat percent. Yes, your basal metabolic rate. And I won't be explaining those things to you tonight. But I think Justin Go had a nutrition. I think she was able to discuss it. So body composition is very important. It's an indicator on how fit you can be as well. All right. So it's not anymore how much you weigh. It's already how much fat percent you have inside your body. Okay. So why body composition? So we have to improve our body composition by exercising. I-flex rin ako ng akong athlete. So this is my athlete. He's a national athlete in beach volleyball. His name is Agir. If you're a fan of volleyball, I've worked with him for a year and a half already. This is a process for 8 months. We started in the left side of the photo. That's where we started. So he had a high percent of fat. That's 20% of fat. And then slowly and slowly, we were able to develop, we're now at 10%. So that's how exercise can actually change your body. And as your body changes, not only your body, but also your internal self, say your self-esteem changes, your mental state changes. The Gohoy effect daw, sabi ni Justin. So yeah, that's it. So that's actually the result of an exercise, working out consistently. I'm showing this out because I just want to let everyone know that nothing is impossible, right? Everything is impossible. You just have to put on the work consistently, day in and day out. That's all. So we started with 20%. Now is at 10%. This is on the right side of the photo in your screen. I think we're at 9.5% right now. We're already in isolation, and he just have kettlebells and dumbbells in his house. So we're limited with movements. I just changed his training program, and then we achieved the 9.5% and just maintaining right now. So everything is possible, and that's the goal for tonight. That whatever goals you have within you, health-wise, strength-wise, we'll try to achieve that. I'll teach you how to achieve that one. So there you go. So physical activity, we have to take, kasi a lot of people, I always hear this with everyone, even with my friends, that, Coach, kuan man kanang, I just run, I jog, I just do jogging. I just do treadmill, I just go out and jog. That's good. That's really good. All right. But if you try to look at it, it's just a physical activity. It's a movement that is carried out by the body that requires energy. So it's a movement that carried out by your body, and this is just a simple physical activity. It's good, it makes you healthy, but it has its own limitations. It does not allow you to go beyond what you're capable of doing. So it does not allow you to show what your body is capable of becoming. So next one is your exercise. And this is where we want to actually focus on. So exercise is a planned, structured, repetitive, and intentional movement intended to improve or maintain physical fitness. So tonight, I will teach you how to structure your workouts as such that you'll be able to maintain physical fitness or also improve them. So that's it. Exercise, not physical activities. Well, physical activity, but you have to focus on exercising. All right. So let's move on. All right. This is where the bulk of the lecture is. This is where we will be focusing. All right. So there is what we call training. By the way, guys, if you think that I'm talking so fast because I love to talk, you can just message me, Coach. Slow down. All right. Okay. So here we go. So training principles. So there are principles that we need to follow to be able to write a structured plan. Right? If you plan to fail, you fail to plan. So number one, progressive overload. So what's a progressive overload? In one sentence, I wrote it in one sentence so that we won't be so verbose. It's a continual and gradual increase in training workload. What does that mean? Your first week of workout will not be the same as your second week of your workout. So you step by step increase the intensity maybe. You slowly increase the load if you have dumbbells, kettlebells, or barbells. Number three, you slowly increase the difficulty of your exercise if you just have your body weight. So that's progressively overload, all right? You step by step increase the intensity, the load, or the difficulty of an exercise or your workout routine. Next one, specificity. What is specificity? Specificity is just telling you that whatever your goal is, your workout should be specific to what you want to achieve. That's it, right? Then you have your variety. And as I said kanina, your workout should always vary. Your first month working out should be different on your second month of workout. And next is individualization. So it should be individualized. That's why I'm so against it. I'm so against with, not really that against, but I'm not a fan of buying workouts online. All right, because number one, the coach did not assess you. Number two, the coach did not ask questions and get to know you better. That's why that program might be just a cookie cutter. You have the same program with your friends. So that's it. So I'm not a fan of online programs so much. I'm so into individualized program. Not unless if you have your goals the same with everyone else, with your friends. Next page. So frequency, it's just answering the question, how often do you want to train in a week or a day? You can train twice a day. You can train twice a week, 3 times a week, whatever you want to do, right? Your call, 5 times a week. 6 times a week, and then you have 1 rest during the day. Next one, intensity. It's just how hard you want to train. Do you want to train really hard, all right, intense, what na ugma nga workout, or you just want to take it easy, take it slow, take it 1 day at a time? So that's your intensity. Next, time. You have to determine that how long do you want to work out during that day. You want to work out 30 minutes, 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, or 2 hours, or maybe the whole day. Diba? Isuda to eh. So, and then the type of workout that you want to do. What kind of training you want to do? You want to do a strength training, a running training, aerobic training, or a CrossFit training, whatnot. So, if you have, hopefully you have your notebooks with you in there, right? So I don't want you to forget all these terms, these principles here: progressive overload, variety, specificity, individualization. Please do not forget them. Please do not forget frequency, intensity, time, type, because you will be asking these questions to yourself when you write the programs. All right? Any questions, guys? Are we still good? We're still following? Dali lang, no? All right, sige. Let's go to progressive overload. So I received the chat. Okay. So let's go for progressive overload. So how do we deter, Coach, kano sa mo increase, all right? How do we determine when we should increase the level of repetitions, increase the level of difficulty? Now, we have additional terms, all right? We have repetitions. It's just the number of times an exercise can be performed. For example, 10 reps of push-ups, 20 reps of squats, all right? Now we have sets, the next term. It's a group of consecutive repetitions. So for example, 3 sets of 10 repetitions. Total, that's going to be 30. Now we have 4 sets of 8 repetitions. So that's it. That's your sets. All right. Now, last, very important, and I want to show it to you later on. We have the word tempo. It refers to how quickly you lift the weight for each repetition of an exercise. Right. So for example, let's go eyes on the second number, this one, the number 3. So you have your 3, 0, 0, 1. So we have 4 numbers, all right? So in a tempo, I'll give you the words, right? So we have different kinds of words there. We have the eccentric. Eccentric meaning to say, when you lower down the weight, that's your eccentric motion, all right? Then you have your 0, that's your isometric, whether you will hold that motion there or not. That's your isometric, all right? And then you have your third number, that's the third 0. That's when you lift the weight up. If you're doing a squat, that's a 0. That's what you call a concentric, right? I'm just giving it to you. Para nindot sa paminawon if kasturya ninyo mga friends ba. And then you have your 1, the last number, that's a rest. That's just a rest. So I'll just go back to my first slide. Okay. So that you get to see the video. So when you lower down the weight, you have your 3 seconds tempo. That's eccentric rather. Now you have your isometric below, and then you have your concentric up. Then I rested at the top. Eccentric, iso, concentric, rest. Eccentric, going down, isometric, concentric up, and then rest. Gets, guys? You have questions? None so far? Are you still following? Okay, there you go. So now you have your repetitions, you have your sets, you have your tempo, you have your other terms, you have your frequency, intensity, time, and type. Please do not forget these terms. These are very important later on when we write our program. Okay, let's now go to your questions you need to ask yourself, all right? So prior to writing your training program, you have to ask 4 questions. For me, it's just 4. Kasi I made this one because of remote coaching, so I don't want to complicate a lot of things. But basically, if I will be training someone in person, like for example, my athletes or the general population, I have a lot of papers going on. So, but remotely, these are the 4 easy questions that you want to ask yourself. Number 1, what are your fitness goals? You have to write down in your program, in your notebook right now. So copy the questions, ask yourself, what are my fitness goals? For example, me, my fitness goals are number 1, decrease my fat percent because I increased my fat percent during the quarantine. So I need to decrease it. Number 2, maintain muscle mass. I want to maintain my muscle mass, my thickness. So for you, ask the question, write 2 or 3 fitness goals. Karuna. Okay? You have 1 minute to write down your fitness goals before we proceed. Write down your fitness goals, guys. If you don't know your goals, you'll just be hitting nothing. So you always want to know what your goals are in exercise and also in life. Okay, next. Okay. What's your fitness history? I know you know yourself. If you're a beginner, then write down right there, I'm a beginner. If you're an intermediate, right there, I'm an intermediate. If I'm a professional, I've been working out for quite a long time, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, then write it down as well. So what's your fitness history? So these are very important. You have to know yourself. So you know your goals and you know where you're at right now, so that you won't just be doing whatever you want to do, right? We always have to be specific with everything that we want to do, what we want to achieve. Number 3, third question, right? What equipments do I currently have? Because when writing your program, you need to have a dumbbell and then you don't have a dumbbell. You need to have a barbell, but you don't have a barbell, right? So you have to indicate there, I only have a yoga mat. I only have a yoga block. I only have towels. I only have books, big books, biology books. Or maybe I only have my body weight. So you have to indicate there, what equipments do I currently have, so that you're clear with that. And then 4th, right? Now, you have your fitness goals. You know your history already. You also have to write, by the way, you have to write on your fitness history whether you got injured the past year, whether you have pains in your body. You have to include that there. For example, me, I have a history on medial collateral injury. I mean to say, my MCL torn when I was still in college in San Carlos. So I have to write it down there. Okay, so your history, if you have a high blood pressure, write it down there as well. So that you know, you won't be writing whatever later on. Now last, how many times in a week do I want to train? Ask yourself that. Do I want to train 3 times a week, 4 times a week, once a week? Do I want to train in a week or in a day? Do I want to train only once a day? Because I have a client that trains twice a day. Ingon gid siya, coach, I want to train twice a day because I'm sick of being unhealthy. So you have to write it down. I want to train once a week, or I want to train 2 times a day, twice a day, 3 times a week. So you have to indicate there. Why? Why am I asking you this question? Because you have to consistently do everything that you wrote. All right? You don't want to I wrote 3 times a week, I just work out once a week. I wrote twice a week, I work out once a week. But if it's on the flip side, I wrote 3 times a week, I worked out 5 times a week, then that's better, right? So you always have to write and you have to follow what you wrote. The only time that you will not follow what you've written here in this question is if you are sick, if you don't feel well. Like for example, today, when you woke up, you're gonna work out because Wednesday is a workout day, you don't feel well, and then you just opted to rest, then go ahead, rest. That's the only time. Or the second time is if during the quarantine, your heart was broken, bibiyaan ka. So that's the time. You're sad, you're depressed, you don't want to do anything then. Please do so, rest, call it a day, watch Netflix, read a book, it's fine. That's the only time that you don't want to follow. Or you got injured, right? Hopefully, wala pod. Questions, guys? Everything clear with these questions you need to ask yourself? Right? So we have to be clear on this one because we want to consistently follow everything we wrote, everything we answered in these questions. Right? Questions? None. Let's proceed. Okay. So on your notebook, on a very simple style, age 25, gender female, goal. My goal is to lose fat, level beginner. That's it. All right. I'm 25, I'm 22, I'm 23. I'm a female. My goal is to lose fat, level beginner. That's it. Okay. Questions? None. Let's go. Okay. So you can also write down in your on your notebooks this one. You put a calendar, and then you have your rest. On Sunday, I just want to rest. On Monday, I want to work out. Tuesday, I want to work out. Wednesday, I want to work out. Thursday, Friday, workout. Saturday, rest. So you know what's going to happen. Jordan Peterson would always say that you have to put calendar for you so that you'll be able to follow and adjust accordingly if something happens. So you have this one, the calendar, and you have your goals there. Okay, now let's go to the main event for tonight. Okay. All right, exercise program. So, coach, how do we write an exercise program rather than tell you with a lot of things, right? Actually, daghan kini siya. There are a lot of things that you want to insert here, but I just chose 3 so that it's going to be simpler. All right. So, number 1, when you write your exercise program for the day, say Monday, you have your warm up. You have your warm up, and I would rather call it movement preparation. So if I'll just read, movement preparation is an active exercise of warm up exercises that efficiently increases the core temperature, activate the nervous system, lengthens, strengthens, stabilizes, and balances muscles. I'll give you my simple chosen movement preparation later on. After you do warm up, you rest a couple of minutes, 2 minutes or 3, then you do your main set. Your main set is, some others would actually insert what you call a power training, where you do plyometrics, agility ladders. But for us, let's just make it simpler. The main set, strength workouts, right? Physical exercises which are designed to improve strength and endurance. It is often associated with the use of weights, but can take a variety of different forms. Now, if you don't have weights, then just body weight will do, all right? Okay, after that, you have your finisher. Coach, what's a finisher? It's just cardio. That's it. So you don't put cardio at the very beginning, you put cardio at the last. All right? So it's a method of training that involves a very high work rate, using exercises designed to burn more calories during workout and maximizes calories burned after your workout. So there you go. You have your warm up. Now you have your main set, and then you have your finisher. After you do finisher, you can do your cool down, stretching. Okay. I will give an example of a finisher later on. So we'll do a 1 by 1 with this one. Okay. Warm up, guys. Please do not do static stretching. It does not help anything at all. All right. Static stretching should always be done at the last. Static stretching is this one, this one, this one, this one, that one. So that's static stretching, right? So now you know, do movement preparations and not static stretching. All right. So you want to prepare your body for the activity. Okay, next. Okay, let's go for warm up exercise. Warm up. Let's go for warm up. Right. All you have to do, very simple. Choose 5 exercises of your warm up. Now you can follow this one. You can just, what do you call? You can copy what's here. Okay, and then you can YouTube it. So I'm giving you the warm ups that you can do every day. So this is not like this is for Monday, Tuesday. No, you can do this every day for the rest of your life. So have your Spider-Man to thoracic rotation, your inchworm to downward dog, forward lunge to knee hugs, bear crawl, a dead bug, running drill, forward skips, and lateral skips. I'll just show you guys how to do an inchworm, downward dog, and maybe Spider-Man. Right? I'll just wait. I'll just escape, and then I want to show you, but you can copy it actually. Anyway, I'll show it to you later on. Hindi siya ganahan mo pakita. Anyway, So these are your warm-up exercises that you can do. 5 exercises to 6. You can choose. You can do everything, or you can just choose other exercises that you do, like jumping jacks. You can do that as well. Sit-ups. You can do that as well. But the basics are this one. Okay. Okay. Next, you have your main set. Your main set is you can put onto your main set. Your strength workout is 6 to 8 exercises. Right, depending on your training goal, this will vary the repetitions. Now, if your training goal is strength, right, you want to get stronger, right, the repetitions that just required of it is 8, but you can go up until 10 or 12, right? It varies. So you have strength, training goal is strength, 8 reps or less, sets of 2 to 6. Now next, you have your power. That's your jumping, that's everything jumping. 1 to 2 reps, 3 to 5 sets. Now, if you want to maintain your, what do you call this one? Muscle mass. You want to increase your muscle mass. Always make sure that you do 6 to 12 repetitions and then 3 to 5 sets. Now, for those that are here that wants to lose weight, wants to lose fat, this one is for you, muscle endurance. Okay? You have to do 12 or more repetitions, 15 to 20 with 2 to 3 sets. So this is your main set, 6 to 8 exercises. I'll show you examples. Don't worry. Okay, here. Now, if you have your goal, hypertrophy and strength, this is how you're going to write it. So on your notebook, copy how I write it down. Exercise, you have your repetitions and you have your sets. I'm assuming that not everyone has equipments. That's why I wrote it down like this. If you have your body weights only, then you can write it like this one. So you have your exercise. Choose 5, 6 to 8 exercises. I just wrote 4 exercises for example. So your push-ups, right? Push-ups, you do 8 repetitions. Repeat it for 3 times. 24 total. After you do push-ups, you go to squats. So you have your upper body and then you go to lower body. You go to 12 repetitions, then you do 3 sets. After that, you rest. 3 minutes rather. Then you go for tricep dips. All right? You can copy whatever is written on the screen. Then you can YouTube on how to do it. Reps 10, sets 3. Then you have your alternating forward lunges. 12 and then 3. Questions, guys? These are examples on how you can write down your programs. Okay, coach, I want to do an isolation type of workout later on. I'll show you. But this time, coach, my goal is to actually lose fat. My goal is to actually lose weight. I want to trim down fat. I want to stay slim. Now, what I suggest is you do a circuit workout, kind of workout, all right? So have your 3 rounds. You have to do 3 rounds. So after you do, this is how you're going to do it. After you do, yes, it's compulsory to rest between each round in a set. Please, you have to rest. Okay, 3 rounds, right? So this is how we're gonna do a circuit. So you do 20 reps kasi you wanna lose fat. You wanna do 20 reps of squats. After you do 20 reps of squat, it's written down here, rest in between exercises, 30 seconds. If you see this one, 30 seconds, that's 30 seconds to 1 minute. So you do squats, then you rest for 1 minute, then you go do push-ups. Then after you do push-ups, you rest for 1 minute, you go to towel row. It's actually using your towels, put it on your door, lock your door, then you already have an inverted row as a workout. After you do your rows, you do your curtsy squats for 20 reps, rest, then you do your side planks. So that's 30 seconds each per side. That's left and right. After you do the whole thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 1 round. You rest for 3 minutes for that. That's your circuit. That's why the instruction here, rest in between exercises, 30 seconds. Rest in between rounds, 3 minutes, so that you have the energy to actually complete 3 rounds of the circuit. Questions, guys? I will proceed. Okay, now, coach, I want to do like an upper body day, a lower body day. For those that are fan of what do you call this one, bodybuilding, you can still do the same thing. All right, you just have to indicate in your calendar that Monday is upper body, and then Tuesday is your lower body. Then on a Wednesday you have to rest, and then Thursday is your upper body, and then your Friday is your lower body. So you have to indicate that one. You have to write that down in your on your notebooks. All right. So when you say lower body or upper body, it's all upper body day. You have to work out your upper body. Everything should be upper body. When you say lower body day, everything should be lower body. Okay, but if you look at here, push-ups, you have your horizontal push, then you have your vertical push. So you have to alternate those sides. So you have to alternate horizontal and then vertical. So what's a horizontal push? It's either a bench press, it's either a push up. What's a vertical push? That's a tricep dip. That's a dumbbell press. That's a pike push up. That's a handstand push up. Then you have your pull. You have your vertical pull, chin ups. After that, you have your horizontal pull, horizontal push, your fly. So those kind of things. Questions, guys? I hope that you're writing down, and then I hope you have your questions later on. So now, we're done with your main set, okay? Now, let's proceed to your finisher. Very simple ang yun ni siya. So your finisher, so if you remember one of our questions, what kind of training? This one also would hit that one. So finisher would always go for cardio. Whether that you want to run after you do the main set, you want to cycle after the main set, whatever, that's your finisher, right? Or you can also do what you can also do is do an exercise for your finisher. So these are great examples for that types of workout, HIIT, high intensity interval training. You have your Tabata. The Tabata is 20 seconds rest, 20 seconds work, 10 seconds rest for 4 minutes. EMOM is every minute on the minute. So after 1 minute, you do another exercise. After the second minute, you do another exercise. That's it. And then you have your AMRAP, what you call AMRAP, as many rounds as possible. Then you put a time, as many rounds as possible for 5 minutes. And then you choose an exercise. Say AMRAP for 5 minutes. I'm going to do 10 burpees and 10 squats. So you're going to do that over and over again for the next 10 minutes nonstop. But if you want to rest, then go ahead. So for example here, this is the kind of interval. So HIIT, so you have your 3 rounds here. You have your push-ups, squats, burpees, and jumping jacks. All right. So I will do push-ups, and then possibly I can rest. That's my interval rest. And then I squat, and then I rest for 10 seconds maybe, and then I do burpees, and then I rest for 10 seconds again, and then I do jumping jacks. Mind you, finishers, right, would always go for little rest to no rest because you want to increase your heart rate all the time. So little rest to no rest. But if you're a beginner here, take all that rest you want to get. All right. We don't want you to faint. We don't want you to collapse after the workout. You don't want to like, coach, anak ka, kuan. You said you gotta do this, no rest, and then you fainted. All right. So if you're a beginner here listening, work on your level. All right. But if you're intermediate, you've been working out for so long, then go. Little rest to no rest. So that's your HIIT. What you can do as well is what you call an EMOM. So this is an EMOM every minute on the minute for 10 minutes. So for example, you have your 3 exercises here. You have your tricep dips, you have your sit-ups, you have your mountain climbers, right? So on the first minute, I will do 5 tricep dips. After I do 5 tricep dips, I still have a couple of seconds to rest. I will use that couple of seconds to rest. And then on the second minute, I will do sit-ups, 10 sit-ups. If I finish the sit-ups on the 30th second, then I have 30 seconds to rest. All right? Questions? Do we follow? And then when you go down to our last exercise, you have your mountain climbers. Still the same thing. That's on the 3rd minute. So after you do your mountain climbers, you will repeat, go back to tricep dips, then you go to sit-ups again, and then mountain climbers, and then you'll be doing the same thing over and over again for 10 minutes. That's your EMO. So I'm just giving you an example of how you can do your finishers. But if it's hard for you to do this one, you can just go do a light jog. You can do a 10-second knee high or a 10-second jumping jacks or a 10-second squat thrust. That's already a finisher. You have to make sure that you just put a finisher just to end the day. All right, questions, guys? Okay, I'm showing you a sample exercise program. Now, you've heard the warm-ups already. You've seen the main sets. You've seen the finishers. So on your notebooks with you or on in your laptops, if you're using an Excel sheet, you can write this one down. You can copy this how I usually do it, but more organized though when I write it down. So you have your exercise, your reps or time, and then you have your sets, you have your tempo, then you have your rest intervals. All right, rest should always be there. Okay. Now, if you have weights inside your houses with you, you can add another column here and then put weights. That's an added column. You can do that. So first you have your warm up. So we're gonna do a movement preparation, right? It's either a greatest stretch. You can do a mini band series if you have mini bands with your resistant bands. That's really good to activate your glutes, to activate your hips. If you're gonna do squat days, all right. Then you do your running drills. If you're a runner here listening, you can do running drills, skips, knee highs, butt kicks, karyokas. Those are your running drills, all right? Short sprints. You can also do that for your warm up. Then you rest. After your warm up, you rest 2 to 3 minutes. Prepare yourself. Drink water. Drink tons of water. It's very hot right now. Then you do your main set. This is just an example. You can do whatever you want to do, all right? Now, next, you have your air squats. You have your main set. I chose a squat for my lower body. So I said a while ago, I always want to alternate lower and upper, lower and upper. So I have my lower body push. That's my squat. Then I have my upper body push. That's my push-ups. All right, you have your reps here, 10, 12, 3 sets. I have my tempo. And then I will put down it's always 3 minutes rest, whether you like it or not. Unless if you're doing finishers, right? It's always 3 minutes rest. 3 to 4 to 5 minutes rest, maybe. Now next, after doing that, I go to my tricep dips. After I do my tricep dips, I go for my alternate lunges. So if you noticed, it's always upper body, and then I go for my lower body. It's either upper body push and then a lower body locomotive workout, an exercise. So it's always like that. And then I will end with a plank. Oh, nice question. Hi, Iri. You can actually put your yoga. For example, you're gonna do a cobra. You're gonna do a downward dogs. You're gonna do a pigeons. You can actually put that one on your warm up as well. All right. You can put. It's either you can put it down on your warm up, or you can put it on your cool down. Okay, so you have two options. It's already your call. Warm up for your yoga poses, downward dog, pigeon, other poses, and then you go for your, or you can put it also for your cool down. That relaxes your body. Okay, next you have, after you do planks, 3 minutes, 1 minute, 1 minute plank, 3 sets, no tempo whatsoever. You have 3 minutes rest in between. After that, after your main set, you go to your finisher. What I wrote down here, I just wrote down 3 rounds of jump rope, sit-ups, and burpees. That's my finish already. I have 20 repetitions of jump ropes. I have 15 repetitions of sit-ups. And then I have 10 repetitions of burpees, which is already a killer. That after my finisher, I'm already good for the day. I don't want to work out anymore. That's always the goal for the finisher. You're done for the day. Do you have any questions, guys? Everything understood? So if you're listening intently or whatever, on your notebooks or on your laptops, copy this kind of template. On your warm-up, you can choose 3 to 5 exercises. That's what I've written there. On your main set, I would usually, if you're an intermediate or of professional already, been working out for a long time, 6 to 8 exercises for your main set. If you're a beginner, you can just put 4 exercises. Easy and simple exercises if you're a beginner. For your rounds, for your finisher, you can do HIIT, tempo, Tabata. You can do, what else? EMOMs, AMRAPs. So that's for your finisher. All right. And as you see, it's always structured, right? There's a sequence with your workout. Yeah, if you want to work out 2 times a day, please do so. But, all right, for example, coach, I want to work out 2 times a day, but your workout should vary. All right, what do I mean? I did a strength training in the morning. What I will do in the afternoon won't be strength training anymore. What I will do in the afternoon, rather, would be aerobic workouts. What does that mean? That means like if I can run inside my village, I will run. So that's my second workout for the day. So it's not strength. You want to always utilize what allow me to be geeky. You always have to utilize different energy systems. So the strength would always be on an aerobic side. So in the afternoon, you have to utilize the aerobic side, which is the endurance side. So you have to mix it up. So that's how you do it. So yeah, you can copy that. If you've noticed, it's structured. It's not like I'm gonna do a workout, gonna write different exercises here, and then do it again, and then done. All right? No, you have to follow a certain sequence, because after your warm up will always start will increase your temperature. The highest temperature and heart rate that you'll be experiencing would be on your finisher. So it goes up, and then on your cool down, it goes down. You don't want to be always up. Yeah, you can actually do push-ups every day, but you vary the repetitions. Okay, it's either push-ups and pull-ups. You vary the repetitions. You don't always do 10 push-ups every day. Maybe on the next day you do 12, and then another day you do 13, 14, 15, so on and so forth. But that's a good question, but I always suggest that you do a whole body workout, or you just do upper body, everything upper body, still following the sequence. It's a good question, but I think it's when you say max repetitions, Manggod, it's the heaviest weight that you can carry on a certain exercise. For example, back squat. For example, me, I carry 350 pounds of back squat. So that's max repetition. So 60% would be, say, 350 pounds times 0.60%. That's 60% of my max repetitions. But as of the moment, since I'm not sure if everyone has access to equipment, I think not everyone is able to measure your max repetitions. Okay, when's the best time to work out? Actually, there's no best time to work out. It's always on your preference. At which time do you want to work out that you feel that your body is up and going?
Pao, I have a question. This is Sharon,
Yes,
sorry.
yes.
Yeah. Okay, you talked about of course noting your what do you call that? If you have injuries, past injuries, right?
Yes.
Because like for example, my sister wants to like stay active, but she had a what do you call that? The spinal surgery.
What happened? Oh my.
It was because of scoliosis, and it's been more than 10 years, I believe. I think 12, 12 years. Yeah, 12 years. So yeah, it's been a while, but then so noting that of course there's a metal rod all across her spine. For you guys who are not familiar with it, you can Google it, what it looks like. But like basically her actions are limited. So how can she keep active but not really
Compensating, no?
yeah, of course lifting is not an option. Anything that's
You
so
start with body weight. Simple body weight exercises. if you try to look at it here, parang kwan, what you can do for your sister,
Yeah.
body weight, simple body weight exercises.
Would yoga be a good option as well? For
I would not too much spinal flexion lang.
okay. And of course, no, yeah. Okay.
But yun, a lot
Maybe
of
I can chat you also about her what she can do or something. But
yeah. Pero yun, if like onset she wants to work out, if there's an equipment that I want her to buy, it's resistant bands, right? You can
okay.
do so much with resistant bands, the long
Yeah.
one and then the short ones,
Yeah.
without actually allowing your spine to do a lot of work. But at the same time, it's always you don't want to disregard your spine. You want to help strengthen your spine and all the
Yeah.
muscles around it. So you need to, like example, you want to do a lot of planks.
Yeah.
You want to still do squats,
So she can actually do planks, right?
Yeah. So much. So a lot of core work for your sister.
Yeah.
Kana siya. 12 years. Wow. That's quite long.
Yeah. Well,
Wala refer ang therapist niya or whoever.
no, I don't think she asked also. Are there anything that they told you you're not allowed to do? Yeah, just no heavy lifting, I guess. So additional weights. But yeah, body weights make sense.
Yeah, body weight first. But actually, over time, I know a lot of people that over time, because they allow their body to get stronger for like three years na, they're able to lift weights, but not
Yeah.
too much heavy, but still be able to lift weights. Kaya it's that consistency to actually build your musculature around your body and not allowing it to stay stagnant.
Yeah. Okay. There are other questions also, Pao.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, it's okay to actually work out before you sleep. It's again, it's your preference, right? But other people actually, ideally, you don't want to work out because your blood pressure goes up, your adrenaline goes up, and then you'll have trouble time sleeping. But if you're the type of person like me that can still sleep after a workout before bedtime, then please do so. That's okay. So your preference, Yapon. How many hours do we need to wait to work out before or after meal? Before meal, you can actually after your workout, you can eat already. But after a meal, wait for your food to get digested. So an hour or two before you work out, an hour or two after a meal. Yeah. Taekwondo. Uh, Taekwondo is still a structured exercise. You follow a structure that you want to achieve during that day. Actually, I'm a first dan Taekwondo player way back then. So yeah, you can do Taekwondo, but at the same time, all Taekwondo players also do strength training workouts. So why not? Why choose one? You can do both. Oh, this is really nice. Hi Ria. This is a really good question, and I've actually prepared this one tonight. So I want to do a lot of misconceptions. All right. If you're a lady here listening, all right, you're a beautiful, gorgeous lady listening here, you will not bulk up. All right. Take it from me, you will never bulk up. The amount of testosterone that you secrete from your body is not the same with the amount of testosterone that the male secretes from their body. So we'll never bulk up. The only time that you will bulk up is if you drink a lot of protein. If you there's a nutritional term, I think Justin has said this. You call it surplus. All right, when you eat more than what you are, when you eat a lot of calories during the day, that's the only time that you will actually bulk up. And if you are the second one that you will bulk up, if it's you're a bodybuilder. Other than that, that's impossible. You will never bulk up. So when I say, tell your friends, ladies that are here, tell your friends, work out. You will not bulk up. All the more you'll be more sexier. You look well. I suggest everyone works out. You'll have a good shape rather. Yeah, it's okay to actually work out before your first meal. You're actually breaking your fasting during the night. It's okay to work out, but that's why after your workout, you replenish what you worked out. So that's your first meal. That's your breakfast. Yeah, you'll be burning the fat that you had from yesterday. You'll be burning the calories that you ate yesterday. That's why you work out prior to your first meal. But you have to make sure that you eat well after you work out. If, for example, you work out in the morning, right before you eat your breakfast, that's okay. It's what you call fasted workout. Any questions, guys? So I'm not sure if this is really possible, but hopefully it will be possible though. Yeah, sure, go dance. I think at this time I'm putting on the context of quarantine. Okay, so um, in this time, ideally you want to follow a structured workout, but in the process of following a structured workout, you got bored. You want to do another thing. Do so. Dance, Zumba, katong drumsticks. Do whatever you want to do. Okay, but you don't want to limit yourself from just doing that, right? You also want to do another thing, right? Again, you want to progress. Once the body becomes adapted to your activity, you won't level up anymore. So you have to do another thing to level up. That's the logic behind it. Before actually foam rolling, there's a lot of debate right there, but if it feels good, actually, before you do your dynamic warm-ups, you do foam rollings. That's before you do your dynamic warm, not after. That's before. But there's a lot of discussions on that. If you want to know more, you can just message me on Instagram later on. But foam rolling and soft tissue work before or after dynamic warm up. Before you warm up. Okay, before you warm up, you foam roll, calves, hamstrings. Yeah, it's okay. But you always have to ask yourself, scale of 1 to 10, how painful is your pamaol? Is it 10? If it's 10, then take it easy today. You can just do a light workout. That's it. If it's just the pamaol is just 6 or 7, then continue what you plan to do. Right? So every single day, ask yourself, how tired am I? How's my condition? Scale of 1 to 10. So that's how you scale it right there lang. Scale of 1 to 10, 10. And then you adjust your workout. I'm just going to do jumping jacks today. I'm just going to do knee highs today. I'm just going to do warm up. So that's it. And it's okay to actually work out with your pamaol. That's nothing's wrong with that. Questions, guys? Actually, I prepared. Hopefully, everyone. I prepared a workout here. You can do this tomorrow. You can do this after this talk. It's Tabata. 20 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. I know everyone has Spotify here. Just go to Spotify, type Tabata, and then boom, it's already there. It will appear. If you want to have your workouts fun and different, right? Tabata, and then you choose your workouts. So it's 20 seconds work. So you do air squats for 20 seconds. After you do air squats, you rest for 10 seconds, and then you proceed for your push-ups. 20 seconds again, rest, 10 seconds, and then plank, 20 seconds, rest, and then you go jumping jacks, so on and so forth. So you can actually try this out tonight or tomorrow morning as to start. Okay, so that ends my lecture, guys. That ends my talk. So hopefully you were able to write a short workout for yourself. Hopefully you have written down the answers to the questions. You're able to write down your own workout sheets. If you have questions, you have more questions for me. If you want to go for you want to train with me, you can contact me in Dagoy in Instagram, Dagoy Strength. In Facebook, you can search me, Paulo Agir. You can email me in that email. Yun. I'm always open to anything.